welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be coming to you back from my kitchen. It's been a hot minute since I filmed a video here in my kitchen. If you've been watching me, you know I've been super busy with back to school. Back to school time is so busy. We've got back to school. We've got sports happening. Kids are getting back into their extracurricular activities. My daughter is playing tennis, so it's just super busy in the evenings. And I'm gonna be honest, when I get home, I'm just so tired. I just want something simple that we can get thrown together to feed our family. So today's video, I'm gonna be taking you back in time. Well, just like earlier today, I did a Walmart pickup and I went ahead and prepped up some freezer meals to have in the freezer, super ready. All I gotta do is pop it in the Instant Pot, pop it in the crock pot. One of them I'll pop in the oven. But what I did was do a Walmart pickup and I went ahead and prepped up 2 of each meal. And so I'm excited, and I thought I would try to do this about once a month just to help with those convenience meals. When you want something home cooked and you don't want to just eat a pizza or French fries and chicken nuggets. So I hope that you enjoy these meals. I spent about $66 and some change at Walmart. I got all the things that I needed. I prepped up 4 different meals, but I made 2 of each. And so I'm gonna turn you around. I'm gonna take you back in time, show you what I bought, and show you how I put those meals together to stock up my freezer. So here is my Walmart pickup. These are the things that I got. I will be adding a couple things that I already had on hand, but I'll talk about that when it happens. I've got this ground beef here. This is 2.25 pounds. I'm going to be using this in a recipe. I got this family size 48 ounces of home style meatballs. I got some freezer bags. You definitely want to make sure and get the freezer bags so that you don't get freezer burned. I've got 2 frozen bags of onions, 2 salsa verdes, 2 chili sauce. I have 4 of these cannellini beans. I have some black beans, some pinto beans. I got some petite diced tomatoes, enchilada sauce, grape jelly. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then some green chilies and some minced garlic and this huge pack of chicken breast. I believe it was 4.5 pounds. So we're going to be using all of this. It costs about $66 to prep 8 meals. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to write on the bags the meal and any extra instructions that I might need to know. Now this first meal that I'm making is an enchilada soup. So I'm going to cook this in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to write on here 30 minutes, but I am going to need to add a cup of water. So you need to add any instructions like that to the bags. Now some people have those fancy clip things for their bags when they're making freezer meals. I'm just using 2 Tupperware bowls here, y'all. I'm just getting my bag open, and then I'm going to be putting in all the things to make the enchilada soup. First, I put 1 chicken breast in each bag, and then I wash my hands, of course. Going to be adding in a scoop of garlic here. This is minced garlic. I'm not measuring, y'all. I'm just seasoning with my heart, like they say. And so now basically the rest is just dumping in cans. I'm going to put in 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans into each bag. Next, I'm going to be adding in 1 can of corn. I did not drain this. I'm going to put 1 can in each bag. No, I did not get this in my pickup order. I have a ton of canned corn in my pantry, and so I just decided to go ahead and use what I had on hand. But I'm just going to pour that into the bag. Next, I'm going to be adding in 1 can of petite diced tomatoes to each bag. And then I'm going to be adding in 1 can of the green chilies to each bag as well. I'm going to be adding in 1 can of red enchilada sauce. I'm using medium. You could choose to use mild, or you could use hot, depending on the level of heat that your family enjoys. But I'm going to do the medium this time. And then we're going to add in some cumin. Now, I am not going to measure the cumin. I'm just going to eyeball it and just put some shakes in there until it looks good to me. You could probably use a taco packet if that's more what you would want to put in there. I'm sure that would be good as well. I'm also going to take 1 of those frozen bags of chopped onions, and I'm going to put half in each bag. Now, I did forget to put this in, so I had to go back. But I am going to put half of the bag of chopped onions into each of the enchilada soup bags. And then when I seal this up, you need to make sure that you get all of the air out. So I squeeze it, get the air out, and then I'm just going to kind of give it a little shake and then lay it down flat, and that's how it's going to go into my freezer. So as you can see here, we are going to have 2 bags ready for enchilada soup anytime that we need it. All I have to add is a cup of water and 30 minutes into the Instant Pot. So 2 meals done. The next meal that I'm going to be making is a white chicken chili, and I'm really excited about this. It smells really good, and I think it's going to make a ton of food. So I've written on the bags, I'm going to be needing to add 4 cups of water to this when I do cook it. And this could be cooked in the Instant Pot or in the crock pot. I am going to be starting by placing 2 chicken breasts into each bag, and that will finish off the chicken that I had bought. So this is going to have a ton of chicken in it. Next, I'm going to wash my hands, and then I'm going to take another bag of those frozen chopped onions, and I'm going to split that between the 2 meals. So half of the onions will go in one bag, and half will go in the other bag. I'm going to add in a heaping spoonful of minced garlic to each bag, and then it's time to add in the beans. So we're going to be adding in pinto beans. So I have drained the pinto beans. I'm going to be adding 1 can to each bag. And then I'm going to be adding in 2 cans to each bag of cannellini beans. So with the cannellini beans, I also rinsed and drained those as well. So I'm going to pour 2 cans into each bag. Next, each bag is going to be getting 1 of these jars of Salsa Verde. So I'm going to pour the entire jar of Salsa Verde into each bag. Now, I will have the recipes for these that I'm loosely making up here. I'll have those linked down in the description box below if you want to reference those. But again, I'm just pouring in 1 jar of Salsa Verde into each bag. Next, I'm going to be adding in some seasonings. I'm going to be adding in some cumin and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Again, I'm not measuring, I am seasoning with my heart. The next meal that I'm going to be prepping is grape jelly and chili sauce meatballs. Now, these are delicious. I have served these as appetizers for the holidays, and they were a massive hit. So I'm going to put a couple of these in the freezer so that we will have it on hand. We can eat it like appetizers, or you can serve it alongside rice, noodles, mashed potatoes, whatever sides that you would like. But this is super simple, and you have got to try it. It is so delicious. So I'm going to take the 48-ounce package of meatballs and split that between the 2 bags. I'm going to put half in each bag. Now, this will cook in the crock pot all day. This is so delicious, you guys. I love these. And this is such a simple one because it's 3 ingredients and it takes no time to put this meal together. So once I have the meatballs split between the 2 bags, I'm just going to be adding in 1 whole jar of the chili sauce to each bag. And then I'm going to be adding in 1 whole jar of the grape jelly to each bag. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but this sauce is going to come together and it is so delicious. So we've been working for about 30 minutes and now I have 6 freezer meals prepped and ready to go. The last meals that I'm going to prep is a meatloaf. Now, I did a Walmart pickup order and I ordered these aluminum foil meatloaf pans. They gave me the mini ones, but it's okay. We're going to make it work. I do have 1 loaf pan that I'm going to use, and then I'm just going to use what's left and put those in those mini loaf pans. So we're going to start by putting together our meatloaf mixture. I'm going to put my ground beef here in this bowl and kind of break it up. There's no easier way, I think, to make meatloaf than just get your hands in there. I also have some onion here. Now, this is fresh onion that I had left over in the fridge that I wanted to use up. So I'm going to add this onion into my meatloaf. Next, I'm going to be adding in 2 eggs. That was actually a part of my grocery haul that I picked up at Walmart. I don't think that I brought that out and showed you. So I did get a half dozen eggs as a part of that $66 and some cents that I was showing you earlier. but I don't think I got those out of the fridge. So then I'm going to be adding in some stone ground mustard. You can use any mustard that you want. I like adding a little bit of mustard to my meatloaf. I feel like it gives it a little bit of a tang. And then I'm going to be adding in some ketchup. I also add salt and pepper to taste to my meatloaf. And then I'm going to be needing to add in some dry ingredients. Some people like to use breadcrumbs, some use saltine crackers. I'm going to be using oatmeal today. I learned this trick from my mom. I like making it with oatmeal. It's good with the other breadcrumbs and the saltine crackers as well, but this is just the way that my mom showed me. And so I have just a little bit of these oats left anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, get my hands in there and start working my meatloaf. You don't want to overwork it. It will get tough, but you do want to work it enough to that it is sticking together and it's not too wet. So I made one regular size meatloaf in the meatloaf pan that I had, and then I'm going to take what's left and make 2 mini meatloafs in the aluminum pans that I got from Walmart. So here are my meatloafs. I am going to write on the bag and put these in a freezer bag after I cover them with tin foil. I want to put them in the freezer bag just so that I make sure they do not get freezer burned. So here are my freezer meals. I have 2 of the white chicken chilies, 2 of the grape chili meatballs. I have my large meatloaf with 2 mini meatloafs and 2 of the chicken enchilada soup. So this took me about an hour, a little less than an hour, to get all of this done, and I have 8 meals ready to go in the freezer. So that's it. I've got 8 meals ready to go in my freezer. I'll probably pop into one of those this week, I'm sure. I've got those in my freezer. I did lay the bags flat because then you can stack more. But I really am excited to try those recipes. They looked really good and I think they made a ton of food. And so I'm excited about the freezer meal prep. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any more videos. If you'd like to see more freezer meal prep, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.